Hello, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. This is Brood War Alternate, custom campaign for StarCraft Remastered. It's a different take on the original StarCraft. So this is Renegade Roar Mission 8, The Great Assault, comparable to the Big Push. The Renegades strike a swarm-controlled Xel'Naga research platform. The Protoss, lured by Mind Node's signal, have attacked and crushed the swarm forces on Antigua Prime. And again, a large Terran fleet entered the system, and using its various weapons, obliterated Protoss invaders along with the rest of the planet. Renegade broods command Leviathan on perimeter orbit over Zerg's central world Char. Greetings, Cerebrit. Relaying information. The time of our final strike against the swarm is close at hand. Before we can attack Char itself, however, we must break through the Overmind's most potent defenses. Zaz will brief you. I have defended Char in over 30 major engagements. I know well its defenses. There are 3 primary Xel'Naga platforms that serve as staging areas for broods Garm and Grendel. If we assault the central platform, we should cause enough chaos to allow a small force to break through the planetary defense. Zaz, I'm impressed. I never thought you would decide on a frontal assault. The Overmind has his finest broods defending the platform, though now, since I command the Balrog, they will be no match. Indeed. Okay, eliminate the swarm forces. Zaz's behemoth must survive. Okay, he's a guardian.
Aware of their plans.
Cool. Load him up. Load him up. Load him up. Let's get going. So, normally you're in the bottom right. We're in the upper left now. Let's just look around here and see what we can find. Ooh, how foolish. Under me, a brood would never abandon these hives. This is a sign of weakness. Okay. Cool, so we start with some stuff. This is great. So let's unload. Zaz is going to have to defend us for a little bit at least. We start with a Defiler Mound, a Spire, and a Hydra Den. Good amount of resources here, like more than the usual mission, I'd say. Feels a little more standard than compared to like the normal Big Push mission where the minerals or resources in general are just really spread out and very strange. So, let's see how this goes. Let's explore where can the enemy even get to us? How do they get in? And can start harvesting here pretty soon. So let's use Mutalisk to look around here and see. So there's a ramp up here. I just want to get a gauge on where they might actually be. So, hotkey this. Hotkey this. We'll spawn some overlords. And let's look. Is this connected to anything? It doesn't look like it. I'm just going to scout out as much as possible, though. So where is the ramp to actually get out? It looks like here. Okay, toss that down. I'm going to grab my spawning pool now. So I guess the only way they can get to us, unless they're going to drop, and they very well might, is going to be over there. Still haven't actually found any buildings, any enemy buildings. So they must be concentrated here. And then the larger enemy base is probably in the bottom right or possibly the bottom left. It depends on how it's all oriented. We also start with a Nidus Canal, which is nice. Okay, let's get harvesting on this. And again, we started with a Hydra Den, which is very, very nice. Let's just go ahead and get this all set up and get a couple colonies here or there. Probably get like a couple spore colonies to ensure that we don't get roasted right away by fast attacks. Okay, nice of them to run in and hit a drone, even though there were Hydralisks right there. Wanted to catch to see what their upgrades were like. Probably a lot higher than ours, because it seems like enemies start with much, much higher upgrade advantages, I've noticed. Okay. And like I said, we're just going to go ahead and try to set up some static defense. No lurkers or anything like that. I could get another hatchery over here, actually, for the production and spread the creep up the ramp. Or we could play it a little safer and just outright grab some sunken colonies along the way. So like this, it doesn't hurt. And as we move further up, that's where we might go ahead and throw down some hatcheries. The Nidus Canal will be useful, actually, the fact that it gave us one for free. Reason being is because we're fighting Zerg, it's Zerg v Zerg, so we could always just set up Nidus networks, Nidus canals, like on an enemy creep. And once the Nidus Canal is placed, then you don't really have to worry about any creep situation. So yeah, let's just get all this saturated as fast as possible. I'll probably throw another drone on that gas here soon. And we gotta be careful because I'm expecting large air attacks, and we gotta be ready for that. They started us with Aspire, so we might want to grab a couple Scourge, just be ready for Guardians, because I would expect enemy Guardians on this, and it looks like +3 is gonna be a big thing on this map. So let's grab a second Evo Chamber, Spore Colony there. It's really gonna come down to how much they're gonna choose to. Let's see, they're already +1 in the air. I think it's gonna come down to how much they choose to attack us with air forces. But there's a lot of resources on this map, so I feel decently comfortable on that front. And again, I'd like to try to get the creep up this ramp. Does creep even spread up and down ramps? I think you gotta finagle it a little bit. Okay, more drones. Oh, we already have Overlord speed. That's because we had to come in and drop, so that's nice. Let's grab some early speed upgrades. As I mentioned last mission, those are just extremely useful. And then we'll start missile attacks. Or maybe we'll start Carapace instead, because it's just a little more versatile. Now, we did start with some Defilers, so I could probably use those to start attacking early, but we're fighting Zerg, so they're also going to have Zerglings. They're also going to have Ultralisks. So I don't see that as kind of an ace in the hole in any way. Okay, pretty large attack, and this is a situation where if we can kill, well, I was going to say, if we can kill the melee forces. I heard more things being attacked. Okay, I guess throw down one down here. And now I'm going to start, I think, start making Hydralisks, and the faster that we can get upgrades out, the better. So I think that's going to be a big key here, is like slamming out these upgrades. And let's go ahead and grab a Queen's Nest. I'm actually more concerned about air attacks at this point. So let's grab a Spore Colony over here. Hydra attack range, and now we're very short on gas, as is expected. I could mass Zerglings and then do Dark Swarm, because I'd like to find an expansion very quickly, but there really aren't any expansions until you take out the first enemy base. Too many underlings. Expand your control. Spore Colony. I could look with the Behemoth to see what's here, but it's very slow, so like let's not mess up. Let's just throw down a save here, just in case. Here they are. Hello, Ultralisk. So we can two-shot Hydralisks. Hello? Will you attack, please? Look at that, they're already 3-3. It's like, I don't think we're going to be able to make much progress, and we're just going to have to sit here and upgrade, which is, you know, it's something. I could use this creep to Nidus up here, actually. Because, like, Zaz is nice, but not necessary. Okay, let's grab level 2 there. I'd like to get a Hive. Okay, he can kill these. I'm not particularly concerned about these pre-placed defenses. I really don't think it's going to be a problem. So let's get that Hive. There we go, more drones. And then we got to start missile attacks level 2. Man, this just is very expensive. I think we're gonna have to. I think the best way to do this is to mass Zerglings because we can afford to do that. And let's spread more creep. Okay, drones. He is Zaz. We can at least use him to help us kill incoming enemy attacks. And I'll be able to get adrenal glands, so let's save some gas for now and just make a lot of Zerglings. And once we get Zerglings up to 2-2, I'll feel a little more comfortable, I suppose, moving. So let's grab Carapace. This will be done soon. We grab adrenal glands. Our Hydralisks are leveled up. I could mass lots of colonies, and I very well might, just because these Ultralisk attacks are scary. And I'm going to grab another hatchery also. Somewhere where I won't get stuck, where units spawning won't get stuck. This would be one where I think once we wipe out Brown, this will be a lot easier, but we have to do that first. Okay, here and here. I'm gonna make a few more Hydralisks, and I think I'm gonna need more air units, or anti-air, just in case. So let's start throwing some, like, just random colonies down in these areas. I really don't want to mess around with, like, large groups of Mutalisks. Alright, that was expected, right? It's funny, because I literally just started building these. Hello? This way, please? There you go. Okay, we need to rebuild some drones. Pretty large attacks here. But this is why I'm building spore colonies and just extra colonies in general. We should be pretty safe. Alright, Hive is done. So I'm going to grab adrenal glands. I kind of hate having to just sit here and wait for upgrades, but they outclass us so severely that we really can't afford to not. Okay, we got lots of drones. That's fine with me. Maybe I'll throw down one colony just like smack dab in the middle of this area if we can get it set up without getting blocked by drones. Barely. Good work. Okay, and then let's just keep spending our larva on Zerglings, and as long as we can counter some air units, we should be fine. Let's take Zaz and just keep attacking. Nah, we don't need to do that. Let's just, I mean, 3/3/3 Zerglings should be fine. I don't think Brown was +1 upgrades. It's Orange that has the Mondo. Nope, never mind. Never mind. Brown also has Mondo upgrades. But this is fine because we have such a solid start that we can very easily get set up here. I'm gonna just save my gas on upgrades. Save my gas for upgrades. Are we capped at +2, but the enemy has +3? Was it like that in the original? I don't know. But we do have adrenal glands, so that's fine. Okay, and we just have to be careful with our anti-air prospects here, because we have to be careful that we don't leave Zaz high and dry, because they come out with some Mutalisks or something, and then we just get blown away. Let's wait for some Overlords. It's these two, right? Yeah, this is ground is capped at +2. We're about to find out. Yes. Okay, well, at the very least, I know that I did my best at getting set up. So, with that in mind, let's start rallying up the ramp so that we don't get stuck on the ramp. Move on over here. We'll bring Zaz with us because he does do a lot of damage. We don't need to bring these. Sure enough, there's the Mutalisks, and then we're going to start making Hydralisks to follow up. I will bring... We'll bring Mutalisks. I think we're going to need more Hydralisks, though, because, again, even just a couple Mutalisks can ruin our day, so... Want to get an Ultralisk Cavern. That's going to be a Spore Colony. Ultralisk Cavern is expensive. Let's throw it down now. Okay, so we're going to go through here. Don't throw the Mutalisks away, though, on colonies. I'm going to hotkey these. Bring Zaz in, because we know he can add a lot of damage. He's helping us against these asshole Ultralisks. Orange is the one that's not leveled up. Brown is super leveled up. Well, that's why we made spore colonies. Okay, and then we gotta just keep rallying up Hydralisks and Zerglings to help us do this. Keep pushing through. The faster that we can get rid of brown, the better, as you can imagine, so. See, they have just as many Zerglings. Dark Swarm doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly useful. Plague would be useful, I'd say. Okay. Zaz, hit the production structures, please. I made Scourge. Whoops. Okay, Hydralisk Zerglings, get in there. Scourge, you're kind of expensive. We'll keep you back here. Tortured Roar. Is there a Torask on this map? There's gotta be, right? Why would there otherwise be a Tortured Roar? So I can Nidus Canal up here. Of course there's a Torask on this map. Where are you going, buddy? We gotta find out where he's coming from. It looks like he came from the upper right. You don't have to attack the egg, please. Oh, that's my Nidus Canal, right? There's a normal Ultralisk. You guys just burrow for now. Okay, move on up here. Hydralisk, Hydralisk, Hydralisks. I see. Let's move on over here with... well, yeah, we could just rush into these. There's some Scourge. We want to kill those before we just waltz in with the Behemoth. And then meanwhile, we got to get up here and set up probably 2 hatcheries for the production. And then we got to worry about orange. This was a pretty good start, though, so I'm probably going to throw down a save. Overwrite my other one, and I got to figure out where that Torask spawned and where it came from. There's probably something up here. There must be, right? So, one opponent is essentially dead, though, so that's very good. I think I'll grab Plague.
The Hive cluster is under attack.
Cancel that. Wait, I built Scourge. Are they dead? I think they died. Focus fire, focus fire, focus fire. Okay, move on up. And then we just gotta wait for more creep, and I'm gonna send up more drones to set up creep colonies, and we'll build more units. So, gas is our major holdup here, so we'll make Zerglings, that's fine. We got some units, we're moving the drones up. I could utilize the Nidus Canal, which is probably what I should just rally straight into it, but we're not that far away, so I think it's fine. Okay, we're gonna build a hatchery over here. There we go. And then this is going to be hatchery 7 and hatchery 8. And we're going to spread some creep where we can before it all recedes. Hey, get out of the way! You're blowing up my spot here to get some creep colonies down before it's too late. Okay, let's move up with some more drones. Go through the Nidus. We're smarter than this here at Jaberino Incorporated. Are we? Sometimes. Get mining. Return your minerals. Creep colonies. Tortured Warlord is not coming back. He's like, fine. You win. Can you... I'm going to make some queens. I don't actually know if you can use this on Torask, but if you could, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Spawn broodlings is what I'm referring to. He's back. Did we actually kill him? I didn't realize we actually had murdered him. I mean, surrounding him with Zerglings, even though he can one-shot them, is still pretty good. See, it's spawning up here, because I heard the Tortured War from that direction. I think we should make some Mutalisks and then go and check what's down there. See, now he's coming from this direction. Okay. Zaz, please. See, as long as we can delay him, our sunken colony should be able to do enough work to take him out. It's like they have stuff up there, but they're stuck, which is awesome. More concerned about large air groups coming at us. Okay, so let's hotkey these. Please be careful. Okay, and now we just spam some sunken colonies here. I haven't seen any plague from the enemy yet, so I think we're okay. Okay, again, we got to figure out where Torask is coming from. That's kind of a key to this here. Because Brown is not completely out, as we've seen. We got to figure out where the remainder of Brown's production is, particularly where Torask is coming from. Okay, drones and drones. Spore colony, spore colony. And then lots of Zerglings. Cool. And then we're going to get some more drones up here. We'll get this saturated as soon as possible. And let's just take Zaz and keep looking. We've got +2 air. Yeah, this map doesn't seem too bad. It certainly could be, but it doesn't seem too bad. Gas, please. Gas, please. Probably want to get a couple Ultralisks out. Still can't quite afford too much here. So we got to go up this ramp. Let's take a small army and start clearing out what's at the top of this ramp. We've got as many upgrades as possible right now. I could get another Nidus Canal to help us with the push against Orange. It's Orange, right? Yeah. I've been trying to figure out like the profiles of the enemies here, right? It seems like Orange is a lot more air focused. It's probably gonna want to start getting some Mutalisks out. Okay, and again, we're going to send a small force up here to see what we can find. One sunken colony is not going to stop us. We've certainly found something. That's where Torask is coming from, without a doubt. So let's just get some anti-air, specifically Hydralisks, as long as there isn't a lot of there aren't a lot of sunken colonies, and I don't think there are anymore. We want to get in here, kill the Mutalisks, and then kill this Cerebrit. Okay, let's move on in and just start targeting these Mutalisks. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill all these Mutalisks, but we'll be close. It's their 3-3-3. Ah, and he just respawned too. That's too bad. Okay, and I think that's all my larvae. No. Don't throw all these away. Let him walk to us. Okay, these Hydralisks should be able to finish it. We're gonna have to kill everything else also, keep in mind, so. Okay, kill the Cerebrit. No more Torask. It's an interesting little twist on this, is having Torask for sure. Scourge for Scourge? Nah, it's an expensive trade. Not worth it. So, drone it up. Still gotta get all these bases, these minerals saturated. Okay, cool. So that's Brown. Zaz, where are you, buddy? Why don't you come on up here and attack this sunken colony so that we don't have any casualties. This mission is fun. I feel positive with how challenging this map is compared to... I guess we'll just kill this one like normal and lose a Hydralisk doing it. Compared to the original, this one feels pretty spot on. Plus the Torask, though, is a little frightening, so... The thing about the original, I thought the original was quite easy. It just was long, or it could take long, and you use nukes to break the stalemate. Now, obviously, we have no nukes. So that makes this certainly interesting. Let's take a Mutalisk and go fly around and see. I don't know if Orange is going to be in the bottom right or the bottom left, so we got to go figure that out. I think they're coming from the right. Pretty large attack. Good timing, I guess. Looks like they loop down through this area. Okay, well, that's that really good resource area that exists. Okay, we're gonna rally everything here. So drones. So I'd love to take this area, and then we can use it as like a forward operating position. Finish up brown. Okay. One overlord remains. He can stay. We don't have to kill all the units, just the buildings. Okay, and without Torresk anymore, holding on to this little this area should be fine. It's really what is over here? Like, what's the best way to get to the enemy base? Because it seems like going down and around and being able to set up a forward base with all those resources is great. I have enough resources now, I'd say, to finish this. It's just... It's also a lot of Scourge, so a lot of, like, Mass Mutalisk I don't think is really gonna work. More brown units. Huh. Okay, so nothing else up there. See, that area, this area is sort of open to be destroyed if we don't set up a few extra colonies over here as well. So let's just set up more sunken colonies over here and down here just in case. Orange has mostly left us alone for a while. So this is where we go crazy with big ground army. And I could also go and chase these Scourge everywhere. You can see how with a Queen, they're pretty fast and should be able to avoid getting hit by Scourge. Let's see, again, what this connects to, because I could also take that bottom right area. It seems fairly prudent. It might not actually be connected at all unless you go all the way around. No, it's not, actually. The only way to get to it is through the only way to get to it is through the bottom... bottom right. Okay, so we're going to make those spore colonies then. Okay, well, with that in mind, I'm going to go and poise myself to attack across this bridge. I could make another Nidus Worm. I mean, Nidus Canals are good, but I don't think there's too many times where we can't just rally up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, having a couple Mutalisks is nice, but doesn't really strike me as too necessary. So let's take this group. This is probably enough. We're going to bash through this.
Our forces are under attack.
They have some of their own Scourge. Haha! Scourge for Scourge. Protect that Mutalisk, I guess. Okay, so this is all here, so we can grab one drone and set up like a really fatty hatchery down here. Kill all the Scourge. Alright, it looks like we're just about done with this, so we're going to have to start... We want to clear out a zone here and then be able to rally up to it, so... Let's do exactly that. I'm trying to double-click these Mutalisks. Alright, bring them down here. All these random leftover Zerglings, we're going to bring you down too, all the way up here. And everything will now be rallied to this zone. So Ultralisks, Hydralisks, 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 Zerglings. That's fine. So all of you, again, kind of clear out our landing zone, as it were. A lot of Scourge on this map. Lots of them. And then we have to find the proper way to get down. Like, there's got to be a ramp, right? Okay, this is going to be the best hatchery that's ever existed, given the amount of resources here, so... This is all cleared out. These two, there's just, like, small groups of Scourge that'll stop us from reinforcing air units to here, so I have to be careful with that. I could also just take a couple Overlords and just sack the... just sack one of the sack an Overlord to get this thing killed, or lure them into my spore colonies, right? So... Got one. Go ahead and hit me. They won't instant kill you. I don't think. There we go. You're a hero! Let's just clear out this whole section. Or we don't really have to, but I will. Rally them up.
Forces are under attack.
There, the ramp is here, actually. We did have to push through this. I'm hesitant to bring Zaz up, considering how many Scourge we've seen. If enough of them run at us, we're going to get... He's going to die, which would really be a shame. Okay, let's move on up. Does this connect? Oh, God. Does this connect to anything? God, stop it! Fucking assholes. But why? Okay, those are my Ultralisk spawning. It wasn't Tortured Roar. Alright, well, we cleared out a bunch of infested Terrans. We could have just used Zerglings to do that. But, fuck that. Ultralisks, Hydralisks. More Vespene gas, which means Zerglings. Overlords. Okay, here they come. We're going to send all this stuff to start attacking. I could, again, bring the Defilers to kind of make this happen. All right, there's just asshole... It looks like there's just asshole infested Terrans everywhere, which is a pain in the ass. All right, kill this high ground thing. Get him down there. Where actually is Zaz? There he is. Thought I had him hotkeyed this whole time, but I didn't. Okay, get him in there. My other queen is missing. I'd like to, Never mind. I'd like to be able to, What is... Like, I hear Hydralisk dying very frequently. Man, look at these guys. They're just pushing in. They don't give a fuck. All right, Zaz can come and help us. We're going to rally everything up here. Lots of Zerglings again. We have a small but steady anti-air force that can help us. All right, these guys, your job is to just kill this stuff on the high ground. There we go, and we've done it. I was a little scatterbrained there for a while. Oh, I've been rallying these guys up here. That was a mistake. Overlords, you can stay. Any other high ground stuff? We'll use Oz to clear them out. Thank you for not getting killed by Scourge. It still could happen. Ah, yes! Destroy this, please. Okay, we did it. Haha. It's an interesting map. So I would say, again, pretty comparable to the original. Hard, but not super challenging. And, you know, maybe a little harder just because the enemy attacks are more focused, more determined to kill you, whereas in the original, they're, like, a little more scattered. And honestly, if you leave them alone, a lot of the times they just leave you alone and barely attack you. So now we have to track down every building that's ever existed. Okay, kill this. Zaz, good work. This is just like the original where there's starports nestled back here with, and there's like battle cruisers docked. Instead, it's a greater spire with guardians. It's a lot of little details that are really interesting. Okay, kill this. See, I don't know. Against Zerg, I don't... honestly, Darkswarm can work as much against you as it does for you. That's why I'm a little hesitant to use it for anything else. Well, we've obviously won, right? I'm not too concerned about... Maybe we do have to kill everything. Chase that around. No, 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 no. We're just gonna kill this Overlord. Did they rebuild somewhere, perhaps? I mean, I've won. It says eliminate swarm forces, so it could very well mean kill at literally everything. So there's probably some overlords floating around. I don't feel particularly bad if I were to just cheat just to see the map, because I don't really feel like doing this right now. Oh. Okay. Go get him. Surprised I missed that. I felt like I had that revealed. So the only time I'm going to use cheats are in situations like this. You know, it's not really giving me an advantage to win. That I just with enough time would have worked fine, but alas. That's fine. I've secured and activated the Mind Node. Mind nodes? On whose on whose authority were those approved? Us authority. I really just couldn't get over that. I did, Duran. What? The Garmon and Tiga were bad enough. Now you plan to lead the Protoss towards the majority of the swarm, too? You're playing a dangerous game, Kerrigan. He's right. Think hard about what you're doing. I have thought about it. Believe me. You all have your orders. Carry them out. Nice. We did it. That was a fun map. I enjoyed that one. Had a lot of good times with it. Didn't seem over the top challenging, but I felt challenged. And again, it's a lot of interesting references, like minor things that you might easily not even think about because you might not have even thought about them in the original. But the best example I can think is the Greater Spire, and how there's like docked battle cruisers back there, and in this one it's the Greater Spire with the Guardians. You might have just completely glossed over that from the original, but that just shows how much knowledge the creators had about. Well, I was going to say creators, meaning I don't know how much of this is StratoStygo versus UEDCommander. I know UEDCommander has done a lot of the technical work with the AI scripts and a lot of terraining and narrative updates, but I don't know how much in terms of updating. I know the AI scripts is probably the meatiest part of it, which is a ton of work, which is why it's basically an entirely separate project. But again, in terms of little references like I just described, I don't know if that was in the original or not. In any case, had a good time here. We're going to head into the new Gettysburg comparable mission next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.